Do you feel like you're behind in your career monetarily and otherwise? If so, you are definitely not alone. And today we are talking about how to change your money mindset so you can usher in all of the abundance monetarily and non-monetarily. Hi, my name is Caroline from Caroline Adams Coaching, where we create a career and life that fit you, and especially today, how to create a career that is just as abundant as it is fulfilling. And as a career coach, I've heard just about every limiting belief and fear under the sun. I've experienced most, if not all of them myself. And part of what I find so insidious about this feeling behind energy is that it is arbitrary, it's vague, and yet it feels permanent. And so it's engineered. I give it a 10 out of 10 as a limiting belief. It is engineered to kind of keep you stuck and playing small. And while I'm all about kind of having measures, right, knowing where we're going and having measures as milestones on the way to get there, this feeling behind energy kind of undermines all of that, right? It's usually expressed as, I'm not where I'm supposed to be by now, or I'm not where I should be. You can kind of hear these external measures come in, which, because we can't measure it, it actually raises the stakes. It makes it harder to take action and virtually guarantees that we're going to stay stuck and exactly where we are. So today I want to take you through 3 easy steps to help us challenge this limiting belief and actually move forward towards our goals in a way that feels good. So the first step is to define, well, okay, if we are feeling behind, what does feeling caught up look like, right? Where do we actually want to go? And if it's a monetary goal, let's be very clear about that monetary goal. Okay, so I want to save 6 months of income so that I give myself runway to go off and start my business. And so define the monetary piece, and importantly, define what that monetary piece is going to help you do. So starting a business, being able to take the sabbatical. Oftentimes we can get into, even when we start defining, we can kind of get into that one more year, I'll just stick it out for one more year sort of energy. And if we don't have behind that, okay, what is that one more year actually going to bring you? It's so easy to reset once we hit that one more year. So one more year will allow me to finish this product or project, allow me to gain this important skill or experience that will kind of feed into where I want to go next. Or if it's a monetary goal, as I said, kind of pay off this loan or create this savings so that I can actually do this thing. So define, define, define. Second step, reframe. You know I'm going to say it, right? Reframe. So hopefully now that we have this clear definition of what the goal actually is that will allow us to feel caught up, let's reframe it. All right, I know my goal is to save 6 months of savings so that I can go start my business. I'm doing that. I have a plan to do that. So to me, this feels really good, right? It's both a clear goal and it's reinforcing. No, you actually have a plan to get you there. Relax, take a breath. You're on the path. And I say this, and often as it happens with limiting beliefs is it's rarely one and done. Right? So like, oh, that's it. That's the unlock. And now we're good. Oftentimes, limiting beliefs are this knotty mess of a bunch of things. And so just as soon as we kind of find one reframe and start acting on the path to get us there, another one pops up. So you get to ask yourself, right? If it's still not feeling good, emphasis on these limiting beliefs, it is not an intellectual activity. It is important to get the feeling right so that we feel empowered and excited and energized to take recurring, consistent action on the way to our goals. You get to ask yourself, what is still not feeling right? What is still in the way of this goal? Reframe, reframe, reframe. Okay, so number 3, bring yourself back to the present. Hopefully you've started to see that through defining and reframing, we can take this towering, squishy, overwhelming, limiting belief of just feeling like we're behind and we'll never be caught up into something that is not only energizing, but also pretty darn actionable. And the third piece is to bring yourself back into what you can control today. I tend to worry about the future. You might ruminate about the past. Neither of these things is within your control, and neither does anything to change your circumstances. And so I don't know if I've ever shared with you, but one of my most challenging limiting beliefs is keep grinding because it can all be taken away in an instant, right? It is like engineered in a limiting belief lab to really just grind out any sort of pleasure and enjoyment in the current day, and then just kind of have behind it this like towering fear of, what's bad that might possibly could be maybe happen in the future. And so when I get into this mode, I have kind of a 3-step formula. First, I remind myself what's actually true, right? The fear is actually not true. What is actually true for me today, and ground myself in that. And then I separate what is my reality from the fear. 2 very different things. And then finally, I find, once I'm kind of grounded in, okay, what is actually true? Like, what is actually my goal? What am I actually doing? I've done my reframe. Like, what am I actually doing to reach that goal? What action can I take in pursuit of this, so that I can not only reinforce this new belief and have it be kind of part of my new way of being, but also give me data, right? And real life feedback that hopefully reinforces this new belief and helps it become kind of part of my ongoing truth. So I want to leave you with a phrase that they used to say to us in coaching school, and honestly, it did not land well with me. I'm not sure if I just didn't buy into it or just kind of didn't even understand it at the time. But that phrase is that you are exactly where you need to be. And the idea behind this is life is a series of ups and downs. And a lot of times it can be pretty darn volatile. And the only thing we can do, the only thing we can control is enjoying as much as possible our present moment and doing whatever we can do to navigate our current circumstances as powerfully as possible. This is how we truly get caught up or realize that we're not that far behind to begin with. Fear and doubt is normal, but we get to control whether we give it the reins or not. So give yourself a real shot at actually catching up and reaching your goal by challenging the idea that you are too far behind. I hope you've enjoyed this. I would love to hear your feedback on the formulas, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.